Fuck. Fix that. Hello, hello, hello. Namaste, my witchlings. No, I said fix that. I was saying I gotta fix that because I folded this up a smidge bit. Hello, everybody. All right. How are we doing today? I'm here. I am frazzled. I feel weird. I feel like I am so... Oh, that's why. Okay. And I still have my greenery from the Yule ritual. Yeah, that's something he deals with on a regular. Hey, Will. Hey, Raven. The man behind the curtain regularly has multiples of my voice in his head. Oh, go get some sleep. Is the voice of the Legion. I love it. All right. I'm going to say welcome, welcome, welcome. We are going to be respectful in my chat because if you are not, the mods and Arnold will be finding you at the Banhammer.
Hasta la vista, baby.
And also, please be mindful of the energy you bring into my space. Hello, John. How are you doing today? Oh. All right. I was scrolling through my POTS and MCAS Facebook groups last night, and this person posted a picture of their hand, and it was very, 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 very Raynaud's looking. I cannot, diagnose via the internet, but everybody's like, yeah, that looks like Raynaud's. And someone made the comment that, Raynaud's, where your hands are medically classified as a mood ring. So I had to send that to John, knowing he had Raynaud's, and we both got a bit of a giggle over it last night. Well, this morning. Houston, we have a small problem. Got it. That was kind of entertaining. Unexpected. Oh, I bumped it just hard enough. All right. Another candle. And here we go. Never a dull moment in this house, I tell ya. Yeah, I know that feeling, John. Feeling tired but not trusting the pattern, because as soon as your head hits the pillow, your brain turns itself on and it will not shut up. Yep, all too familiar with that one. I think my flame needs to be refilled. I'm pretty sure it needs to be refilled. Drippy drip. Plant. Haha, there we go. Now I need to trim it. All right. Hello, everybody. How are we doing today? We will get moving here in just a quick second. I need to trim the wick. All right, here we go. This week, we turn toward Jyoti, the inner light that steadies us. Wait a minute. Yes. That's what I thought. Give me a second. I know if... There we go. Today's episode invites you to slow the mind and soften the body through lower abdomen breathing. Our Namaste brings us home to steadiness, while self-compassion reminds us we are never alone on this path. Guided by Larunda, we sit with a Zen truth. It is not the world that moves us, it is the mind. Listen gently. Hello. Namaste, my witchlings. Welcome one and all to Di's Daily Divinations and Self-Care, where magic meets mindfulness, and we take a moment to honor the day, listen to the cards, and tend to ourselves along the way. Whether you're returning or joining us for the first time, I am so glad you're here. I am Di, your yoga witch and guide, and this is your daily pause for reflection, insight, and care. So, go grab your favorite crystal. I am going to play with rose quartz today. There we go. Light your candle or some incense. Settle in with your coffee, tea, or whatever brew fills your mug. And let's step into today's wisdom and self-care together. And if this space resonates, please do us the favor and do the like, share, and subscribe thing. It helps our Witchling community grow. All right, got a little bit of news that isn't exactly news because it's been about a month now, but you can now join us here as a Witchling member for 99 cents a month. You get all sorts of goodies and wonderful perks. So please, if you feel so called, hit the join button. Oh, I forgot my earrings today. Bad Di, no donuts. Haha. So, speaking of, step into the Di the Yoga Witch shop where magic meets movement. Step into dietheYogaWitch.shop, my apologies, where magic meets movement and everyday rituals get an upgrade. Browse my handmade intention-infused jewelry, and then snuggle up with Die the Yoga Witch mugs, yoga mats, t-shirts, sweatshirts, and so much more. Treat yourself, bless a friend, and bring a little witchy sparkle into your daily life. And for an example of the earrings I make, here we go. I love these. Oh, it attacked. But we have these absolutely adorable pink and gold tarot card earrings. They're very similar to the pair I am wearing. The ones I'm wearing are simply black. So, check out dietheyokawitch.shop. We do not have a birthday today. I am sad. Check out my Buy Me a Coffee for some fun stuff. The unique content is the words I'm looking for. Brain not braining today. All right. Yay. Canva. Canva is our friend. That is good. I'm glad you got some positive feedback, John. Oh, weekends are awesome, Will. So glad you get some time off. Oh, I am just spinning. I feel like I'm spinning around getting absolutely nothing accomplished today. It's one of those days. It's Tuesday. It is Tuesday, right? No. Yes. No, it's Monday. Oh my God. That's why my brain's so discombobulated. It is Monday. That explains so much. Yep, that's why my brain's saying it's Tuesday. Okay, this whole recording a day for tomorrow is tweaking my poor autism and ADHD. Oh, as for John saying I have no drawing skills, dude, I cannot even draw stick figures without them looking funny. All right, that's why we have Canva. All right. I understand that fear all too well. All right, let's move on to our candle magic. Oh, he typing. All right, my darlings, my dears, my beloved witchlings. It is time to close our circle. So, we are lighting our candle today for our witchlings and their loved ones who are dealing with tough situations. As I light this flame, may it shine as a beacon of hope for those finding their way through the dark. We also hold this light in remembrance and solidarity with survivors and victims of gun and domestic violence, keeping them gently and respectfully within our circle. And with the lighting of our candle, our circle is closed, and we welcome the ancestors to join us today. Having a day. I'm going to drink some more coffee and see if caffeine is going to help my brain wake up a little more. Oh. It is so Monday, I swear. Holy cheapers. All right. I am feeling cluttered and chaotic. Yes, we did. Yes. Yep. Okay. Man behind the curtain is confirming a couple of things with me. Oh my gosh, I cannot freaking believe it is already Christmas week. Where has this year gone? I'm going to probably sit down tonight. Nope. Maybe tonight, maybe tomorrow night. And get my year-end recap done. We have accomplished a lot this year, my witchlings. All right. We have 200 watch hours left before we hit full monetization. I am so freaking excited about that. I have the absolute best witchlings. All right, my witchlings. Let's go see what holidays are showing up for us today. And tell me, witchlings, how are you planning to honor today's holidays in your magic? Tell me in the comments. I absolutely love seeing how each one of you brings these little celebrations to life in your own unique ways. For the Seinfeld fans among us, today is Festivus. A holiday for the rest of us. Festivus invites honesty, humor, and a little cathartic truth-telling, airing grievances not to wound, but to clear the air. It's a reminder that perfection is not required to belong, and that laughter can be a sacred release. If you need permission to drop the performative cheer and show up as your real self, today offers that freely. It is human light. Human light centers human goodness, reason, compassion, and shared responsibility, celebrating the light we create together through kindness and care. It's a beautiful counterbalance to the season's noise, asking us to focus on ethics, empathy, and the ways we can actively make life better for one another. Light isn't something we wait for, it's something we practice. It is National Roots Day as well. Today is about honoring where we come from, our ancestors, cultures, chosen families, and lived experiences that shaped us. Roots do not trap us, they nourish us. When we acknowledge them honestly, we gain stability, perspective, and strength to keep growing in new directions. This is a powerful day for remembrance, storytelling, and some gratitude. And that, my loves, is our holidays for today. Yep. Hence why I drive and give directions by landmarks. Excuse me. Like the bomber that that was installed over the gas pumps at the place in Milwaukee, Oregon. Cannot tell you what the name of the place is. I think the restaurant was the Bomber Restaurant or some shit. But we got directions that involved when you see the bomber, you know you're going the right way. Yeah. Some of us in the car were not the most observant. What G.I. Joe's sign? Bomber airplane. Sorry, y'all. I forget. Not everybody knows the World War II history like I do. I envy you. There is an entire country song about giving someone bad directions. Just an observation. I wouldn't start from here. Yup. I have Irish blood myself. I love it. The man behind the curtain has a Scottish name with Irish blood. It's entertaining. Shall we move on to our oracle cards? That's what I'm looking for. What do the oracle cards have to tell us today, my friends? Take a little listen to this and let me know what you think in the comments. We have a yawn. Oh, goodness. Mondays, man. Here we go. Our first oracle card is Lies and Partial Truths. Here we go. Let's try that again. Lies and Partial Truths. There we go. Now y'all can see it. All right. Then we have pride keeps us apart. Last but not least, we have You Still Miss Me. There you go. And these three cards taken all together tell us what? Well, lies and partial truths continue to surface, paired with a refusal to fully acknowledge harm or even offer an apology. As a result, pride keeps us apart, widening the distance between us. Even though you still miss me, I am choosing to honor my boundaries and remain rooted in honesty and self-respect. I appreciate that. That's what I got. What do you guys think? Next, we have the tarot. What do the unicorns have to tell us today? Well, you give so much that you forget yourself. Today's message invites balance, renewed motivation, and a return to work that truly honors your talents. It's time to invest in you. Let me know what you guys think of this. First, we have the Six of Pentacles reversed. Excuse me. Followed by... Oh, shit. Thank you. Six of Pentacles reversed. Generosity with money, often to a fault. Next, we have the Four of Cups reversed. Motivation and the ability to work out disappointing relationships or a work situation. Last but not least, we have the Eight of Pentacles. And she says, skills need to be used to their best advantage. Attain goals that are related to your talents. And then, all together, we say, what? The Six of Pentacles reversed reveals a pattern of overgiving where generosity often comes at your own expense. The Four of Cups reversed shows renewed motivation and a willingness to address a disappointing work situation, especially important given your tendency to give freely. The Eight of Pentacles reminds you that your skills are being underused. It is time to apply your talents with intention and pursue goals that truly value your abilities. That's our tarot for today. And now, my friends, let's bring the Oracle and Tarot together into one clear message. My Witchlings, a single stream of guidance flowing through each and every card. All right, so all of the cards together are telling us this. Lies and partial truths point to dishonesty and avoidance, where accountability is resisted and truth is softened to protect pride. This is why pride keeps us apart, creating distance that cannot be bridged without sincerity, even though you still miss me. The Six of Pentacles reversed adds a pattern of overgiving and imbalance, while the Four of Cups reversed signals a chance to re-engage and improve a disappointing situation. The Eight of Pentacles urges a return to integrity and skillful effort, using your talents honestly, setting fair boundaries, and doing the work required to rebuild trust. That's our reading today, you guys. Our affirmation. Excuse me. I am so sorry. I didn't mean to do that. All right, try this again. Our affirmation, my friends. I honor my generosity without sacrificing myself. I use my skills with intention and confidence. My time, energy, and talents are worthy of fair exchange. I choose balance, purpose, and work that truly values me. And that's our affirmation. Oh, damn. A 6-card pull that's all major arcana. Ooh, yeah, the universe is screaming at you today, John. And if my cards are in alignment, then, well, it really sounds like the universe is giving you a cosmic clue by 4 screaming at you. Love it when that happens. So, John in the portrait chat is saying he's had 2 readings today. Both said the same thing. Mine is the third one to say it, especially regarding his skills and talents. And the first reading was 6 cards, all major arcana. Merry Christmas to you, Amira. How are you today? Blessed Yule. That was technically yesterday, but, you know, we're having fun here. 'Tis the season and all that jazz. I am hyper and happy. I guess the caffeine's kicking in finally. As I said, I guess the caffeine is kicking in. He says, I guess the coffee's working. All right. Actually kind of glad that the next section I get to take my glasses off for a minute. They are bugging me today. Tism season is true too. Considering this house here is a house full of ITs, I don't think we're going to need website or software service. We are the IT, we're the techs for most of our extended family and friends. The few that are not also ITs. Why do we have so many ITs in the family and extended family? Is it that whole like attracts like thing? Sorry. And I'm wearing a sweatshirt so my sparks are hiding. The Navy trained me good. It's fun being the IT person for your friend group. Not so much being the IT person for your parents. Yes, it is. Let's do some self-care, my friends. Let us go find out what Namaste is sharing with us today. You're not wrong, love. All right. What does Namaste have to share today? Namaste is telling us about lower abdomen breathing. We tend to breathe with our lungs and chest. This way of breathing doesn't allow a full breath into our bodies, though. Put your hand on your chest and breathe with your lungs. Now, put your hand on your lower abdomen and breathe with your diaphragm. Notice the difference. Now, breathe with your diaphragm for 8 minutes. If you feel any tightness, relax more into each breath. Deep breathing relaxes the body, and the increase in oxygen relaxes the mind. That is our Namaste. I got it. You're good. Another thing about oxygen. Oxygen is a natural pain reliever. Learned this when I was in labor and they slapped an oxygen mask on me because my contractions were so painful. And now, my loves, let us see what self-compassion has to share. Self-compassion today reminds us that we are never alone. Bring to mind a somewhat stressful situation in your life. Are you really alone with it? Who else, strangers or friends, might share a similar stress? Well, my stress is mostly financial, and I'm going to venture a guess that 95% of the country here has a lot of the same stress as I do. So, definitely not alone with it. That, my friends, is self-compassion for today. And I put the glasses back on. Oh, Lord. Chris Ray. Chris Ray. Go for it. Chris Ray. That name sounds so familiar. And yes, it's essential for running wind instruments and singing. It takes a lot for me to I have to focus and force myself to breathe with my chest and my shoulders because I spent so many years as a musician. Ah. I think I am actually vaguely aware of his music. That sucks, John. That sucks bad. That very much sucks. We've lost a lot of good ones in the last few weeks. I'm still kind of stunned over Anthony Geary. Tony Geary. I adored his character. Mind you, I came into General Hospital well after the origin of the Luke and Laura story. That did not start in a very nice way. So I saw how much Luke adored his wife, or ex-wife as the case may be. Soap operas, man. But come to find out that Tony Geary was actually a really super kind man in real life. And I just really loved him. So, excuse me, finding out that he had passed last week just kind of hurt. All right. We're to the Sanskrit bit. Who wants to see the Sanskrit bit? I want to see the Sanskrit bit. Yes. Yes. Highway to hell. Oh, anyway. Yes. Yeah. I was just looking at his Wikipedia, and yeah. He also did a version of Let's Dance, which when I hear a song called Let's Dance, my brain goes to David Bowie and Labyrinth. Wait, no. Was that Just Dance? But David Bowie sang Just Dance. Or is it Let's Dance? Shit. I don't remember now. But still, I'm getting hungry. Haha. All right, my friends. Why is my eye watering? Oh, yeah. I forgot I had foundation on. There we go. Yes, let's go see what our Sanskrit bit for today is. All right, so we announced our Sanskrit word of the week yesterday as Jyoti. Jyoti, your inner light can be... I am again. Jyoti, your inner light can be woven into today through simple, intentional moments rather than grand gestures. Begin by pausing before you react. Let clarity lead instead of habit. When emotions rise, place a hand over your heart or lower belly, take a slow breath, and ask, what brings light here? Tend Jyoti by choosing honesty even in small ways. Speak gently but truthfully. Protect your energy by setting one clear boundary. And finally, honor light physically. Open curtains, light a candle, step outside for just a moment of daylight. Let that outer light remind you of the steady flame you already carry within. And that, my friends, is our Sanskrit bit. I actually come from the Hulls. That is my family line, so I find that amusing. All right, my witchlings, it is time to honor the goddess of the day, a divine presence, to inspire, guide, and walk with us today. There she is. There she is, Miss America. Anyway. My brain, y'all. Larunda is a Roman goddess of earth, hearth, and home, known as the mother and guardian of the lares, the household spirits who dwell near the fire and protect family and place. Honored during Laurentalia, she bridges, Jesus Lord. Yes, we are starting this goddess over because I cannot keep from tripping over my damn tongue. Larunda is a Roman goddess of earth, hearth, and home, known as the mother and guardian of the lares, the household spirits who dwell near the fire and protect family and place. Honored during Laurentalia, she bridges the living and the dead, tending both the warmth of domestic life and the quiet presence of ancestral spirits who watch over the household. Today is a day for remembrance and blessing, offering prayers for those who have passed, for the well-being of the nation, and for peace within the home. To invite Larunda and the Lares into your space, place a small jar of soil near a heat source, such as a stove or heater, and speak a simple blessing for warmth and harmony. When tensions arise, take a pinch of that soil outside and release it to the earth, letting old troubles dissolve as you walk away without looking back. That is our goddess. I like the idea of using her blessed soil to dissolve problems. That's kind of cool. No, it does not mean we can sling mud. Mud wrestling is not an option either, unfortunately. Could you imagine a mud mask like that? Certain aspects of my body would absolutely love it. The rest of me would not. It would do wonders for my feet. My poor feet. The Navy abused my feet, and I have not really taken much better care of them since then. Sir Terry Pratchett was pretty freaking awesome. I want his star sword, though. I want his star sword. His daughter has, his daughter currently has it, but I think it is awesome. For those of us who do not know what the fluff I'm talking about, when Sir Terry found out that he was going to be knighted, he somehow decided that he was going to make the sword he was knighted with, and he mined the ore from an asteroid that had somehow crashed near him or some shit. So he mined the ore, purified the ore, forged it into a sword, and then had, I believe, the queen knight him with his star sword. His daughter now has it. Yes, give a man a fish and he'll eat for a day. Teach him to fish and he'll spend all day on the lake drinking beer. I'm gonna miss her. There's a whole fucking country song about that too. It's called I'm Gonna Miss Her. And then John was saying, Terry Pratchett says, build a man a fire, he'll be warm for a day. Set a man on fire and he'll be warm for the rest of his life. You know, it's not wrong. And it kind of goes along with the I am not going to set myself on fire to keep other people warm. Yeah, it used to have absolutely nothing to do with, you know, lines in the water actually pulling anything out. Pretty sure it's Brad Paisley that sings I'm Gonna Miss Her. Yes. That and Redneck Yacht Club. I have known people that Redneck Yacht Club would have applied to quite well. Oh yeah, most of them live down there. Yep. See, each group has their what is talked about when we're doing this stays among us. It's the whole what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas, unless you bring something home, but that's neither here nor there. It's the same concept though. And it's something we need, honestly, because as humans, we need someone to talk to about shit. I don't disagree with you, mid-energy. I actually, the environmental sustainability initiatives stood out to me the most because they focus on long-term impact rather than short-term solutions. Yeah, I need to be looking at them again. I haven't looked at some of the stuff that's going in front of Congress or the Cheeto in chief, but ain't nothing gonna happen right now because, well, they be on Christmas break. Which is why they... nope, shutting up now. Alright, my loves, my witchlings. It is time for our moment of Zen from the Little Book of Zen. Why am I yawning so much today? I slept last night. Alright, y'all. We have a Zen koan, and a quote from Lin Chi. So our koan is, 2 monks were arguing about the temple flag waving in the wind. One said, the flag moves. The other said, the wind moves. They argued back and forth, but could not agree. Huineng, the 6th patriarch, said, Gentlemen, it is not the flag that moves. It is not the wind that moves. It is your mind that moves. The 2 monks were struck with awe. And then our quote from Lin Chi. When you meet a master swordsman, show him your sword. When you meet a man who is not a poet, do not show him your poem. Logic? That is our moment of Zen today. And now, my witchlings, we have our closing blessing I want to leave you with. May you walk forward with clear boundaries and an open heart. May your generosity flow in ways that nourish rather than deplete you. May your talents be seen, valued, and wisely shared. And may the work you offer the world return to you as stability, respect, and ease. So it is. That is our closing blessing. You know the way you're saying clicking? The way you're saying clicking, are you a chicken? Because I swear it sounds like you're saying chicken. Ooh, a D&D game. That sounds fun. I want the picture. I want the shirt or a wall hanging or something of the chicken that says "fuck off." All right, y'all. Here we go. It is time to wrap up the show for today, which means we are going to open our circle now. Yay! Are you done? There we go. As we open our circle with the extinguishing of our candle, we extend our eternal gratitude to the ancestors who chose to join us here today. Yeah, I know. Does not feel like it's been 40 minutes. I just got a mouthful of candle smoke. Drink the coffee, drink the coffee, drink the coffee. All right, my witchlings, before we go, please remember that this space exists because of our witchling community. There are no corporate sponsors, just shared magic, mutual care, and a whole lot of love. So please, if you like what you see, do the whole like, share, and subscribe thing. Join the channel if you feel so called, and please tell a friend about us. And now, my darlings, it is time to go out and spread love, spread joy, and spread kindness. There is already enough darkness in this world. Please let us choose to be steady lights for those finding their way through it. And then tell your loved ones in all their forms, 2 legs, wings, fur, scales, paws, or claws, that they matter deeply to you. Time moves faster than we realize, and the chances to say I love you are never guaranteed. And if you take one thing and one thing only away from everything that we do here every day, please let it be that you always, always, always remember you are loved, you are wanted, you are needed, and your purpose here is real and genuine, even if you haven't discovered it yet. I was 45 before I did. I love you guys all to bits. Namaste, my witchlings. First of all, hi Hazel, I see you. Second of all, Elias, why is yoga bad? What exactly about yoga is bad? Please tell me. Ah, wow. Why not have some fun with it, right, y'all? Is it just... I'm slightly cockeyed. Nice. 12,108 steps today from John. That's a good day. I love it when I get that wrong one in my ear. Good for my elf, yes. I'm doing some elf care today, all right? All right. Y'all can't hear the groan I just got in my ear from the man behind the curtain. Oh my God, that made it so worth it. Oh, I love it. I love it. How this man has stayed with me for 13 years, I do not know. Or 14 years, I do not know. Oh. No. It means yoke. And it means union with it means a union of your breath and your body. It is a philosophy. It is not a religion. It is not a gesture of worship. There are 8 limbs to yoga. The first 2 are the yamas, which are your ethical guidelines. Then you have your niyamas, which are your moral guidelines, are your... The yamas and the niyamas are essentially comparable to the 10 Commandments of Christianity. They do not in anywhere mention a god of any sort. Actually, you know what? Because I am having problems remembering it today. Patanjali. Patanjali. Yoga Sutras of Patanjali. There we go. So, We have the yamas, which are your moral restraints, your niyamas, your personal observances. Then you have asana, which are the actual postures that everybody thinks of when they think yoga. Then you have pranayama, which is your breathing because it is the breath of life. Then you have pratyahara, your withdrawal of the senses because you are preparing to meditate. Then you have dharana, which is concentration and focus. This is also preparing you for meditation, which is the next step, dhyana, which is meditation, culminating in samadhi, which is enlightenment and union with your higher self. Nowhere in that is any kind of religious observance. It is a moral and ethical philosophy. Because asana, what everyone thinks of, was created to tire the body out to the point you could sit in meditation for hours. There is no god or goddesses to it. Yes, some of the poses have those names, but you know what? They were much like the gods and goddesses of Rome and Greece, etc., etc. A way of life to try to find purpose. There is no purpose unless God exists. Oh my good grief, honey. You're one of those people that believes that you can't be moral and ethical unless you go to church and follow the Bible, correct? Because my thoughts, and mind you, I grew up Christian, if you have to have that fear of going to hell to keep you on the straight and narrow path, dude, you got more problems than I want to think about. I know. I personally, I don't need the fear of repercussions to keep me from doing bad things. I don't do bad things because they're bad. I learned quite well as a toddler the difference between good and bad actions. I don't need the fear of being punished to keep me from doing bad things. I am also not one, I don't follow the laws of the land because I'm afraid of being arrested or getting a ticket or whatnot. I follow them because 90% of them are common sense, and also because I like to live in harmony with my fellow human beings. So how could you judge anything as good or bad? Because I have a brain capable of discernment. I mean, I don't have to be told that things are good or bad. I learned pretty quickly that if I'm doing something that causes harm to someone or something else, that's not a good thing. Unless you're one of those people who actually enjoys causing hurt and pain and trauma. But if you're one of those people, even religion isn't going to help you. Just my thoughts. And again, I grew up in a Christian church. If my mother walked through the door of my house, I would freak the fuck out because she's currently a lump of ashes sitting on my brother's desk. And if she were to walk through my door, I probably would send her back to the depths of hell that she came from. Or are you referring to me? That I need to come back home? You're good, Chloe. You just walked in at a really fun time. Now, see, here's the even better part. I grew up in a 2-parent house. My dad was a cop. My dad was a Navy vet. My mom was a stay-at-home mother for most of my childhood. Church organist. Both of my parents were lay readers. My mother's father was an Episcopal priest. I grew up very much entrenched in Christianity. And there's a very good reason I no longer follow it, because God and I are no longer on speaking terms. But being told that I have to have religion to be a moral and ethical person, no. Because there's also, there are multiple different religions in this world. Yes, the Abrahamic ones have a lot of similarities. Oh, probably because they're all Abrahamic, but there are multiple different faiths out there. So which religion do I need to guarantee that I am a moral and ethical person? And no, my parents were not good. Well, Dad was when he was around. My mother was not a good parent. My mother turned a blind eye to child sexual abuse right under her fucking nose. Denied it to the day she died. Ding, ding, ding. John, you are absolutely correct. I didn't say anything graphic enough to require a trigger warning. I apologize, Hazel, if I triggered you. Go get some sleep, Chloe. You're going to be safer there. I also raised all 3 of my children without taking them to church. And all 3 of my children are very, very upstanding citizens. Yeah, they all tried church. None of them liked it much. Because... Yes, but the Christian thing would be to acknowledge that it is happening under your roof and divvy out consequences for this abuse, not participate in it. And defend and Christianity also calls on you to defend the innocent, not to defend the guilty, the abuser. And then I'm also actually going to ask you this. How much money are you donating to, let's see, homeless shelters and women's shelters for survivors of domestic violence? How many children have you adopted so that their mothers would not have to abort them because they couldn't afford it or they were too young to raise a child on their own? How many prisoners are you visiting in prison? How many homeless people and drug addicts and other undesirables are you taking into your home and feeding and clothing? That which you do for the least of these, you do for me. That is a direct quote from your Bible, my friend. So what are you doing to be a good Christian? Are you serving the homeless food? Are you clothing the homeless and those who need it? Are you doing any of these things that the Bible called you to? Or are you like the Pharisees in the temple collecting money when Jesus flipped the tables and whipped them, telling them to get the fuck out of his temple? Oh, you're a Zionist. That explains a lot. Ah, shitster. Fantabulous. Hey, Mimi, how you doing today? Hey, Alan, how you doing? We're having a pretty entertaining afternoon here. The cards are screaming at us, telling us to, actually do work that caters to our talents and our abilities, and actually work with our brains instead of against them. That's what I'm getting from the cards today. I could be wrong. Moving mouse. Thank you, John. Not surprised. How's your trip going, hun? I know you were ready to go home yesterday. Can't say I blame you. Oof. That is not the card you want to put in here, Dede. There we go. Oh, look, that's the Pleiades. I will take that as a compliment, Hazel. Hazel said about the pun I made that I'm almost as bad as John. I know. I'm aware. Sorry about that, y'all. I had to focus on what I was doing because I am not as coordinated today as I would like to be. I have been having probably a low-level MCAS flare-up for the last few days, and it is just zapping what little bit of energy I don't have. It's so much fun when my immune system attacks itself. And I've been chit-chatting with a few people who have the other parts of the unholy trinity, and yeah, we're becoming more and more convinced that I need to have the DNA testing or the genetic testing done to confirm whether I have Ehlers-Danlos. I don't want to be a zebra. Not for EDS. I was pretty sure you still wanted to go home. No, not even most of it. I haven't done any of the EDS stuff. And then this morning, as I was walking Mr. Took Monster for his morning walk, I was listening to Christmas music and didn't manage to skip Mariah Carey quite fast enough, and now I have All I Want for Christmas stuck in my head. Doesn't help that Ariana Grande did a parody of it when she opened SNL Saturday night. And had Saturday night's musical guest not been Cher, and it been Bowen Yang's last night on the show, I would have skipped it because I really don't want to deal with Ariana Grande. I don't like her. I have heard too many icky things about her to really like her that much. And it's kind of depressing. That's kind of my thoughts, John. And it was one of the dames that said it. I don't remember if it was Dame Judi Dench, Dame Maggie, or one of the others. I can see hell, it could have been Helen Mirren for all I know. But one of them said, hold on, babe. One of them said that religion is much like having a penis. It's all fine and good to have it, just don't be waving it in other people's faces. Religion and those beliefs, while yes, I know that Christianity and the Bible calls on you to go out and proselytize and bring others to the flock, please don't be shoving your religion down my throat. Yeah, they have to be willing. You have to express your beliefs to them, and if they do not seem open and willing to have a conversation about it, you really are supposed to drop it. At least that's what I was taught. Oh, no. I don't hate. And I'm not even particularly angry. I am kind of angry with God, and this is why we are no longer on speaking terms. I was raised that, if you live a good, honest life and you say your prayers and you do everything right, then God will answer your prayers. Well, when a man who was a priest for over 50 years brought I don't know how many people to God, baptized countless children, when he has one prayer and one prayer only for himself, and that is that he never suffer the way he did when he had polio and was in an iron lung ever again, and he dies in a morphine haze because prostate cancer metastasized to his bones, and he wastes away and is in so much pain and so miserable at the end of his life after that one prayer for himself. That is the only thing he ever asked for himself, did not get answered. And before you tell me that God has a reason for his suffering, fuck you. All that did was prove to me that God doesn't listen. God doesn't give a flying fuck about us. We're the science fair project that he started and then set in motion and walked away from. Yup. Yep, that is exactly what I did with my children. I told them that they were more than welcome to find their own path in this life. If that meant they wanted to go to church, I would take them to church and I would sit through service with them. But no, I will never force anything on anyone. Oh no. Oh. Hey all, let's send all the good thoughts and good juju to our friend Raven. My Raven, not Raven Wizard. They have lost a couple of neighbors in their apartment building, and one of them was unfortunately carted out in the bag in front of them. Oh, man. Yeah. Oh, my my elf care? Yes. I am doing some elf care today. Thank you. They said there have been 2 more bodies in the building today. The second one got carted out in the bag in front of them as they were coming home from the holiday party. Damn. I hate this time of year. Anybody who has worked in EMS or hospitals will tell you that this is the time of year that so many people just stop existing. Yeah, as we hear EMS going by us, we hear the sirens. So many people just kind of give up during the holidays because, well, it's not like their family's coming to see them anytime soon. Hate that about this. Oh, I've never said life ends at the grave. Oh, no. Science says that once energy is created, it cannot be destroyed. So, therefore, the energy that runs this meat suit goes on and does something after this meat suit stops functioning. Now, the question there is, do we become ghosts and shades and continue to haunt the earth in that form? Does our spirit, our energy, or whatever you want to refer to it, come back in another body? This one is that's what I actually believe. I firmly believe in reincarnation. Do we just return to the source? Or do we go back to the source? Do we go back to the source and then get, reborn at a later point in time? We just kind of take a break, take a couple of millennia off and plot and plan what we're going to do for our next lifetime or what? But no, I have never once said that life just ends after we die. It all goes away and it's just eternal blackness. No. There is something after death. Now, whether that's heaven, the Summerlands, hell, Hades, the underworld, whatever you want to call it, I don't know, but there is something. And part of the reason I know this is I have had enough people who have gone through the veil, who have come back and spoken to me, and in ways that I know it was not a dream. Because when my grandmother looks at me and says, it's time for you to wake up now. And I'm like, Grandma, I am awake. No, honey, you need to go wake up. And as soon as she says that, my eyes pop open and I'm laying in bed and very, very, very confused because I was literally just speaking to my grandmother the same way I would to my husband if my office door were open. A little bit quieter because, we were face to face, not 2 rooms apart. Just saying. Life doesn't end at the grave. Life keeps going. And I mean, it doesn't necessarily look like this is the same meat suit every time. I mean, hell, Mike and the Mechanic song In the Living Years. I wasn't there that morning when my father passed away. I didn't get to tell him all the things I had to say. I think I heard his spirit, I heard it that same year. I think I caught an echo in my baby's newborn tears. I just wish I could have told him in the living years. That right there says we don't stop existing after our bodies stop working. Yes, the house that John's family lives in. John is asking if he's told me about the experiences his family has had. His family lives in a fucking haunted house, and they have gotten confirmation from the entities in the house as to what their names were, and they have gone to public records to confirm this. So I mean, things are working out here. Watch any ghost hunting show, such as Ghost Hunters with Taps. One of their people, every time they go on a site, one of their people will go and be doing research at the county records and shit to find out the history of the house, and then as they're doing the investigation in the house, if they get names and shit, they are working. Okay, we got this name, is that name in the and yeah, look, here's the owner or the owner's child. So no. Yeah, it was fake, hon. So we don't stop existing when our bodies get given back to Gaia. And I genuinely want to be I want to be composted into a tree. But that's besides the point. Same, Will. Like I said, I spoke to my grandmother. I was asking her where Grandpa was, and she's like, oh, he's busy. What is he doing? Don't worry about that. Your grandfather is busy right now. You know, I always hate it when you do that to me, Grandma, right? Yeah, you can branch out then. Thank you, John. Yes. I just figure my kids and grandkids will come carve their initials into it and it can just become the family tree, you know? Sounds shady. Oh my God. I love my family. We are really warped, but I love my family. We have such... Share your belief. Oh, dear Lord. That would be some epic shade, y'all. Hazel, you're missing it. I can't read all of these because I can't keep a straight face long enough. I'll just say you're missing it. If you are in the landscape chat, you're missing the conversation going on in portrait. This is good. You keep needling it. Oh, my lord and lady. I am pining for this conversation to end eventually. And this is why I take my religious views from the natives, the people who, have existed in harmony with the earth for more generations than Christianity has ever existed. They are barking. You are absolutely correct, my friend. That's a lot of fours. Anyway. But see, no, they're not. Ding, ding, ding. Oh, dude, what fucking video? I was just watching that the other day. Didn't you pop into my office while I was watching that video the other day? Yeah. The death water, liquid death water is demonic. And I'm like, it's canned water. Or sparkling water. Sparkling water is demonic, I will admit that, but not in that way. So, no. There are too many things that are just normal shit that people say is demonic. Okay, Christians say is demonic. Scratching and... That's true. And, that kind of... I do make friends with my inner demons. That's why the bathroom says no summoning demons in the bathroom. And if you do, please banish them before you go. Oh, damn it. I was just trying to make that little square. That sucks. Yeah. I am good, only half gay, and no. Aw, man. They missed my comment about knowing that oxygen is a natural painkiller because I got an oxygen mask slapped on my face while I was giving birth. My lungs still hurt from that one occasionally. Yeah. Oh, it wasn't the pure oxygen. It was the pure oxygen without hydrating it. Oh God, it was dry and it burned my lungs. And I ended up in the ER once a week for the next 6 or 8 weeks because of it. Oh my God. Depends on what kind of spell you want to do for your neighbor, my friend. Do you want... That would be a hot foot spell. Just, Google hot foot powder, and it'll get you the ingredient. And then all you have to do is just kind of sprinkle the hot foot powder wherever the fluff you want people to stay the fluff out of. It works. Hot foot powder is awesome. There are others. Thank you. Merry Christmas to you as well. No, you don't want to hex them. You want to inconvenience them. Another real simple thing, and I cannot remember the charm off the top of my head, so please. But you're gonna wanna. Where is it? There it is. All right. First thing you want to do, get a mirror. Yes, I'm aware my mirror is dirty. Get a mirror. And you're going to cleanse your mirror. You're going to smoke cleanse your mirror. You're going to physically cleanse your mirror. And you are going to say the enchantment, which is something along the lines of, whatever they send to me, I reflect back. Then you're going to take your mirror, place it in a window, face it with the reflective side facing out. Generally, this would be a window facing wherever the person you are reflecting back to is facing. So say if I wanted to reflect things back to my neighbor on that side, I would take this mirror and I would set it in a window that faces that side. Not wishing evil on them, I am simply doing a return to sender spell. Actually, that's a mirror spell. Return to sender spell works well too. Or if you really, really, really just want them to stop doing anything and everything, if you have a picture of them, fantabulous, you're going to want to print it. Or otherwise just have their name, maybe even just the address of their house, any identifying information you can get, write it down on a small slip of paper, tuck it into a Ziploc bag, fill said Ziploc bag with water. Just a little bit, just enough to float the piece of paper in. And then take that Ziploc bag, zip it shut, chuck it in your freezer. Make sure it lays flat so you don't take up too much room. Huck it in your freezer and just leave it there. You have now done a freezer spell, and that will freeze them in their tracks. They cannot do anything more for you. Oh, my dear heart. Do you forget that the kings of old would consult with the oracle at Delphi? Or that the 3 wise men followed the star? My dear heart, that alone is astrology right there. I would throw them in the freezer and do a return to sender spell on them. Both of which are easily Googleable, because I cannot remember them off the top of my head, and I really don't think it would be all that polite of me to go scrolling through pictures and stuff that I have on my phone or my computer to find what you need. But yes, I am a do no harm but take no shit kind of person. Unless you approach me with the intent of doing harm to me or mine, I will leave you the fluff alone. I do not like causing harm. I do not like causing pain. And why do I all of a sudden feel like I'm a character in a Dr. Seuss book? I do not like it, Sam, I am. Yeah. Oh, Will, I got something I want to show you. I need to send you a picture of something I found on Amazon. I think you'll like it. But I do not intend harm to anyone without them causing harm to me or mine first. Now, mind you, you do harm to someone I love, and well, I'm not a nice person, especially when it's one of my children. I will fuck you up if you hurt my kids. And that doesn't just mean my biological children. Wine or black. Ooh, ooh. Have your thumb, index, middle, and pinky be wine, and then your ring finger as an accent nail be black. That is what I would do for my Manny. So far it's Hazel over there, but there are 6 people. Mimi is saying to everyone in the landscape chat, hi! I am obnoxious today, but that's okay. But, yeah. I will do baneful magic when it is called for. I do know a few rather gnarly spells, but not worth it. Why should I put my time and energy into someone who insists on being an idiot? I mean, that's my way of looking at it. It's going to be easier for me to just turn your bullshit back on you. Hence why I do mirror spells, return to sender spells, freezer spells are so nice. And then most of my other magic, and this is why I don't know the spells off the top of my head. 99% of my magic is done via candle. I will take a candle that is the correct color for whatever working I want to do, and I will charge it. I will use the herbs and the oils, and I will charge it, and then I will light it and forget it. Not literally, but you know what I mean. It is so easy to just sit here and let a candle burn while I'm doing whatever the fluff I need to do for the day. And there goes my spell. And it's so easy to deal with the remnants of the spell that way. Because then all I usually have left of my candles... Whoa, hello, Pyrite. You move over there. This is the sum total of what I have left after a candle. I have a little bit of wick. Oh my, if I really need to dispose of it, then I can flush it down the toilet. Yeah. All magic is a manipulation of energy. And my spells are no different than your prayers. I just, Roman Catholics go to church and they light the little fucking jar candle on the altar. They light the little jar candle on the altar and some incense, and they kneel and they pray. Okay, I light the candle, I light my incense, and instead of kneeling to pray, I simply say it in basically a poem. What's the difference? We're still addressing the same deity. Just call him by a different name. It very much would, John. And yes, Mimi, I did say boom, 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 boom. I remember one of the things that was sent. Just oh, okay. Oh, Mimi just sent me new stuff. Hey. I did particularly like the conversation with the dog about all of them dirty ass dogs. That was hilarious. So let's see what else. Mirror spells. Freezer spells are great. Freezer spells are great. I know. Yay! I fully agree with you, John. If everybody could just respect everybody else's beliefs, we would be so much better. And you know, the fucking Christians started this shit. The Romans. So, yeah. They're the ones that started this shit because the Romans are the ones who decided that, fucking... their religion had to be spread to everybody else. They had to conquer all of the other nations of the world and convert them to Christianity. When if you stop and think about it, and damn it, I wish I thought about this before Elias left. Jesus was not Christian. Jesus was not Christian. So, anyway, because think about it. Jesus was Jewish. I know. Jesus was Jewish. And all of these people, all of these Christians who said that we need to find Jesus and we need to worship Jesus. And that's the other thing. Jesus was not here for us to worship. Jesus was here to pass on the message of his Father, who was God. Yes, Father, Son, and Daddy-o, Laddie-o, and Spook are three pieces of the same coin, but that doesn't matter. Jesus said that he was not the one to worship. He wanted us to worship his Father and be so moved by the Holy Spirit. But these people who say that we need to be Christian and we need to worship Jesus and that Jesus was the ultimate Christian, and I'm like, but Jesus wasn't Christian. Jesus was the son of a Jewish carpenter who then grew up, and there is some debate whether or not he was on the path to become a rabbi or if he was on the path to become, a teacher, which essentially is what a rabbi is, or was he on the path to become a carpenter like Joseph was? And then somewhere in that's when he went off and did his, I think it was 3 years of wandering the desert, that the Bible speaks absolutely nothing of what he was doing during that time frame. And there is a lot of speculation that Jesus's time roaming the desert is where Muhammad came from, and Jesus and Muhammad are the same person. And then you take the similarities between the Abrahamic religions, the Christianity, the Judaism, and then compare it to Buddhism, where you also have your Holy Trinity. And then you have your Muslims who also have the Holy Trinity. Jesus had his 2 years wandering in the desert. Oh, look, so did Buddha and so did Muhammad. And then we have the Sermon on the Mount. Buddhism and Muslim faith also have similar teachings and sermons. They're all the same. You're fine, Mimi. No, we don't want that yet, Mimi. Trust me, we're okay here. But, yes. And I hate to say it, but 99% of the Christians I know today are not Christ-like. The most Christ-like people I know are the pagans, the atheists, and the Satanists. They are the ones who actually live by the rules that the Bible lays out for us. Thank you. The example that the Bible lays out for us. The Satanists in particular are the ones who are going out and helping the homeless and helping those who are incarcerated, oftentimes not rightly incarcerated. And they are the ones who are out feeding the homeless, clothing the homeless, helping the poor and indigent. The churches that stepped up when that woman down in Florida called asking for help gaining fucking formula for her 3-month-old baby who was starving to death. No, Muhammad was not vile. Oh my God. This is I am telling you about what biblical scholars have said, that all three of the main religious forms have so many fucking similarities, i.e. Buddhism, Muslim, and Christianity/Judaism. They are all very similar. They have the same fucking stories. They have the same cast of characters, just they have different names. It is the fucking Greek pantheon and the Roman pantheon all over again. Because they're the same gods and goddesses. They have the same things that they're doing, just they're called by different names. Therefore, we have Christianity, Buddhism, and the Muslim faith. They are the same stories. Read your holy books. Read all of the holy books. You will see just how many similarities they all have. Therefore, we have the theory of Bob. Does not matter what deity you are praying to. We are all praying to exactly the same deity. We just call him by different names. And, well, my ex-husband prefers to call him Bob. You're good, Mimi. Yes, I have been a practicing witch for almost 30 years. It'll be 30 years either Valentine's Day or early March. I can't remember exactly. 30 years and shit. Pretty sure I picked up my first deck of tarot cards on Valentine's Day. And that would be my little unicorn friends that I was just reading today. And yeah, I'm repping my Pacific Northwest Witches Market merch today. Speaking of, okay. I was that teenager that I signed my notes and my letters to people with God bless, with the cross, with the little, beams coming out of it. And yeah, I found something that suited me more. Yes. Anyone doing evil, anyone preaching hate in the name of Jesus Christ is not a Christian. All of these churches that are telling us that the immigrants coming across our borders are bad and evil and they need to be removed, or telling us that, breathing, enjoying life is bad. I mean, for how many years have we been told that rock and roll music was of the devil, or that, here we go, cannabis is evil? I'm sorry, the Bible says that we were given all of the plants and herbs that we need to help to heal and feed ourselves, and that would include cannabis. And personal experience here, I am in far less pain today than I was 10 years ago before I started. I was also on a handful of chemicals to regulate what's going on in my brain, that I have stopped having to take since I started consuming it. But I digress, and that is probably part of why my asthma is not happy. I am allergic to pine. Haha. Oh, what part of France? My future daughter-in-law is Parisian. That is true. Sweet. I'm not sure exactly where in town my future daughter-in-law lives. I know she's in Paris. Exactly. If God didn't want us... Oh, but see, no, they will argue that. They will say free will. That's where free will comes into play. I have never said you're being hateful. I am simply saying that there are a large number of Christians who are preaching hate as love. Because, and this is particularly common in evangelicals. Yep, you are absolutely correct, Will. Saying that Muhammad is vile is a form of hate, simply because, how much research have you done into who Muhammad was, what his teachings were, what his whole story was? Everything I've learned about Muhammad shows that he was very much like Jesus, which is why a number of people out there who are religious scholars, once again, this is coming from religious scholars from multiple different faiths, saying that there are so many similarities between Muhammad and Jesus, and Buddha. His name just escaped me, but there are so many similarities between Buddha and Jesus and Muhammad and Jesus that there is a very, very, very good chance that they are all the same person, because the stories of Muhammad sound very similar to the stories of Jesus prior to his wandering the desert, and I think it was 3 years that he was in the desert. And the Muhammad stories very much sound like that 3 years. And then you've got Buddha, who was very similar, other than, it says that he came from the Brahmin class, yada, yada. Siddhartha is the book I'm trying to spit out, and that's not exactly who I mean, but it's very similar as well. So there is a very good chance that all of these religions are talking about the same person. And yes, back to Will, yes, cannabis being bad was very much based on racism here in the States, which is why they started calling it marijuana, because that is the Spanish or the Mexican name for it. And they figured if they called it marijuana and demonized the Mexicans that were smoking it, blah, 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 yada, yada, that is also part of why there is now a movement to stop calling it marijuana and go to calling it cannabis. I have read the Quran, my friend. And it's no different than the Bible saying, "Thou shalt not suffer a witch to live." That is very true, that the Bible has been retranslated and deliberately mistranslated on more than one occasion to suit the ideology and pedagogy of the ruling class at that point in time. That is why there are so many people who are pissed the fuck off over the fact that there is a woman who is the first woman to do an entire translation of the Bible from its original Hebrew. Because she translated it word for word accurately instead of going, well, they used this word, but it meant this back then, but I'll bet they actually were meaning this. No, she took and directly translated it. Yeah, I can see that. We are living post-Ragnarok and Loki is God, yes. Especially if it's Tom Hiddleston's Loki, but we're not going to go there. That would explain why Baldur's Gate came out recently. That is true too. And also, if you stop and think about the fact that the Bible was written over like a period of 200 or 300 years, and there are books of the Bible written by people who had no firsthand knowledge of it. And then, okay, we're going to go, come here, Admin V. No. I don't think so. Why? Oh, well, that sucks. Damn. Okay, here we go. Yup. All right. Don't think so. Come on. Here we go. The Christmas story. Here we go. Yep. I was very excited when my grandfather gifted me my Bible to take to boot camp with me that had the Apocrypha in it. So, yeah. Have a good night, Elias. NASB, which one's that one? See, I grew up reading the King James Version, not even the new King James Version, just the King James Version. And I really loved it because as a kid, I loved the Old English style, but... What's up? I think I have my mother's Bible in the Connex. I know I do not have my serviceman's Bible anymore, which makes me sad. Or my serviceman's prayer book from the Episcopal Church. But yeah, I have a few Bibles. Okay. Oh no, John, you're fine. Actually, I appreciate you and the fact that you are still actively going to church and doing all of this so you have more active knowledge. I have not dealt with anything Christianity-based in at least 10 years. Because that's the last time. That's what yeah. Yeah, I don't like the New American Standard. No, I said the new King James Version. NASB is the better Bible. I didn't see that. Where did I see it? That was not what I meant to say. I apologize. No, I don't like the New American Standard. I like the King James Version, but I hate the fact that it was retranslated. So probably, God. What is the other one that is commonly used that she used to bitch about because it was translated into modern English? I can't remember. It's because they're Catholic. Catholic guilt, Catholic suffering, the Catholic Church has a kink. I can get that. Yeah, the man behind the curtain says he doesn't trust a Bible that's translated into English, and I can understand that. What the fluff? And there, I'm back to green. Whatever. Yeah, that makes sense. The Catholics have a torture kink. I swear they do. I have yet to meet a Roman Catholic who didn't, at least on some level. No offense, John. Yeah, the most masochistic people I know are the fucking Roman Catholics. It's great. Yeah, all the ceremony, half the guilt. That would be the Episcopal Church. The Episcopals are the bastard child of the Roman Catholics because the entire reason that the Anglican Church exists is the King of England didn't want to kill his wife. He wanted to divorce her. Love it. Oh, shit. I'm down. Yeah, I'm in the red now. I'll fix that. Don't. Hey, there's a tookers. Ha ha. There we go. Ha. He seepins. All right. A Roman Catholic, yes. I love it. But it just, people be wild and man. But hey, if we're attracting more people like that, that means that I've either overcome my shadow banning or something positive is happening here. We haven't seen any of them in a while. So, Pierre Jean, how are you doing today? And I want to say thank you and welcome to the new people who are here today. We are not normally quite this bad. I think so. You cannot translate perfectly the original Bible since words no longer have the same meaning. Exactly. The words not having the same meaning anymore is where we got the whole homosexuality is a sin thing from. Because the words used in the original writing of the Bible did not mean thou shalt not lie with another man as a man, but it translated to thou shalt not lie with a boy, a child. But as you would a woman. But King James's people didn't like the fact that he had a boyfriend, and so they deliberately mistranslated that particular word to mean an adult male, and therefore they could take the Bible and say, see, King, the Bible says that you shouldn't be like that. Not that he listened, because if memory serves, the people who were translating the Bible and kept his boyfriend. I could be wrong. I don't remember. Mimi, it's the telling him to shut up that was the problem. It's that phrase. And the man behind the curtain had asked him if he wished to elaborate as to why he said yoga was bad. Oh, that's right. And you weren't here when he came in to see that part. So you kind of came into the middle of the conversation and didn't know about the fact that we had invited him to give us his side of the story and defend himself. You're not necessarily in the wrong. It is simply telling someone to shut up is something that the man behind the curtain and I were both literally beat into our heads that it is rude. And we both kind of viscerally recoil to that phrase. But, oh yay, and apparently my landscape feed is choppy AF. So, my Wi-Fi is being wonky again. It was an interesting conversation, John. I'm actually kind of proud of myself with the fact that I was able to pull up the Bible facts that I needed relatively easily. Go brain, we're having a good day with the random access memory. The canary, that one. Right click, yep. That could be part of it. The rest of it's the same shit we have open every day. John's not gonna sleep anytime soon. Oh, Lord. But yeah, what? Oh, God. I think I did know that, John. In case Hazel and the others in the landscape. John asked if we know that there are no canaries in the Canary Islands. I think I did know that. Well, yeah. Same with the Virgin Islands. There are no canaries in the Virgin Islands. This is true. And I still... Bombing for peace is like fucking for virginity. I am going to slaughter you and your people to prove that my God is the more merciful God. Fluff. So my frame rates and connection to YouTube on the horizontal feed is doing wonky shit. Life goes on. But I just... Apparently YouTube is not happy about the conversation we got into. I don't know. Oh. I don't disagree, John. And as I've said numerous times, the most kind, compassionate, open-minded, caring individuals that I have come across, the ones that are the most Christ-like in their worldview and the way they behave out in the world, are pagans, atheists, and Satanists. And that just screams that there's something wrong with a lot of today's churches. I mean, it's kind of sad when there is so much out there on how to deconstruct your religion, you know? Because so many people have left Christianity, or at least certain churches, because of the narrow ass worldview that they preach. And that's kind of sad. And then you combine that with the fact that there is data saying that the younger generations are either leaving or not joining churches in the first place. And that has a lot of people terrified right now, and I'm pretty sure that's why we keep getting them in this stream. People telling us that we need to find Jesus, we need to turn to God, blah, blah, yada, yada. Because so many churches right now, and it doesn't matter the denomination, they are hemorrhaging congregants. Because people don't want to be there. They don't want to listen to it. They don't appreciate the hypocrisy of the church or the church members, you know, being all pious and good and good people on Sunday, and then on Monday he's off with a woman who ain't his wife. She's doing all sorts of shit that the Bible says not to, and the kids are beating up on their, you know, immigrant classmates in the hallways. And I don't understand it. Oh, damn. And I am watching my connection here, and I can see that you guys are, I'm probably buffering for a lot of people. It is so weird. I don't know. Boom, click. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Look at it, stuff. We're fine. I'm not messing. Yeah, I know it's okay now. I am so frustrated with my internet right now. I am very nervous though about what's going to happen if and when it snows any this year, because the two things that tend to jack my Wi-Fi the most are the sun when it's really hot outside and when it's snowing. So go figure. Oh damn. Whoops. There we go. I just buffering as per Polly Short. Yes. Whoopsie. Who did I just find? It's a Sergeant Whoopi. Yes, we still do the yoga witch stuff. I just haven't done yoga on the channel in a while. Give me a second. I accidentally kicked somebody and I gotta make amends. Hi, Tokarsh. I got Pet Sergeant because I just kicked him with my foot. I didn't mean to. Alright. How are you today, Ezio? Unfortunately, since YouTube decided to take usernames away from me, all I see is your @ I'm not sure what name you were in here under. Can I scoot? I can scoot now. Yay, where is he? Alright. Hey, Warrior Reels, how are you doing today? We're doing pretty good. Just giving you guys who are just coming in a heads up. My Wi-Fi is not behaving well, so I'm getting kind of glitchy and buffery, and we only have a little over 5 minutes left of what I normally do here, so just a heads up. We are currently, we're trying to get away from discussing Christianity and why Christians think that anybody who isn't Christian is bad. Will, you do not want to know what my mental image just was? Oh my wow brain, this is great. Which reminds me, the dogs have water, right? Will said somebody drank all of his water and my mind went to the dog water thing. Yes. I love Mike and the Mechanics. Well, y'all heard me quote In the Living Years. It's one of my favorite songs. Look at that. I have Dr. Pepper because I finished my coffee. But yeah, quick rundown as to who and what I am. I am a yoga witch. I call myself that because I have been a practicing witch and tarot reader. For the better part of 30 years. It'll be 30 years in February, March time frame. So I have been a practicing witch. I am a 200-hour Yoga Alliance certified yoga instructor, currently working towards my 300-hour certification. I am a wife and mother. I have been married to the man behind the curtain, or the technomancer here, for, God, we've been together, 14 years now? I have 3 children who are all in their 20s that I gave birth to. I have a slew of adopted children, bonus children. I have 3 dogs, 1 cat. We refer to him as the furry overlord for very good reason. I am a service-connected disabled veteran. And that's pretty much me. Like I said, that's me in a nutshell. And I've been doing this stream for about 2 years now. and I love it. This is the third season, isn't it? This is the second season where you've been running things in the background, though. Thanks, Warrior. I pretty much, my calling in life is to help and heal. If I can help any way that I can, I will. And I firmly believe that laughter is the best medicine, which is why we keep John and his wonderful puns around. If you want to learn more about me, check out the link tree. It has links to my websites. I have dietheyogawitch.com and yogawithdylin.com. And there is a reason that we call John family. Can I research about Islam? We want to know about that. I have done some. I have not in a couple of years. But go ahead and do some Googling on it and bring it back to us if you want to. I want to know more. You do very much, John. Because, well, I grew up in the Episcopal Church. I grew up Christian. I have met people of other faiths as I have gotten into adulthood. My adopted sister actually converted to Islam prior to, well, let's see, she went to Islam and then she went back to, I think, Judaism, and then went back and became a born-again Christian before she passed away. Pretty sure the oldest nephew is still Muslim. I am not positive. We haven't talked about it. So religion fascinates me. And it has for as long as I can remember, because I remember being fascinated with the Greek and Roman gods when I was a kid. But please, we do not proselytize in here. We also abide by the tolerance paradox, which means we do not tolerate intolerance. You come in here and start spewing with any of the isms, ableism, yeah, any of the phobias, the bigotry, anything where you are hating on someone for something they have no control over, we are not going to tolerate you. My rainbow is not currently flying because I've got my stocking up, but we are a queer-friendly space. Most of my staff and I are, yeah, we have this. Most of my staff and I are part of the Rainbow Mafia, as well as most of my family. The man behind the curtain, I swear, is the one straight person in the entire family. So I am also disabled. I am a spoonie. I have multiple different medical conditions, both physical and mental, but I am still here. I have fought ideation since I was 12. Finally stopped hearing the voice in my head repeating, "I hate you," 24/7 about 10 years ago. Finally stopped trying to figure out the most creative but least messy way of self-deletion about 5 years ago. So, hey, Mike. And that was after 30 years of therapy. So, hey, just saying. We're pretty open-minded, easygoing crowd in here, though, and I'm really proud of us for that. Thank you, Warrior. I'm also, well, if you think I'm a warrior and strong for that, I have also survived just about every kind of abuse you can imagine. So yeah, that was actually a very specific kind, is what terminated my military career. Damn it! I hate it when I do that. I like to talk to the camera, but my mic is, I have to talk to the computer or the laptop to be able to, and yeah, just, it's weird. I feel like I'm ignoring you guys if I'm looking this way and talking to my picture frame or my laptop. Oh my God, yes, Mike. Did you go to South Umpqua? You don't have to answer that in here. I shouldn't have asked that right now. The reason I ask is the librarian at South Umpqua was also a priest. There's a reason I know this. Thank you. What? Who's doing what with how many hamsters? Oh, okay. Okay. Hey, we hit 2 hours. How about that? Now we do this. We do this fun stuff here every day. I am in Seattle, Washington-ish, so Pacific Northwest, Pacific time zone. We go live for we do this stream for about 2 hours every day, 1:30 p.m. Pacific time here in the States. We start out the show with Sunday through Thursday. We start out the show with my tarot and my oracle, and then we have the goddess and the self-care cards. And then we just kind of devolve after that show. We wrap the show up. He runs the end credits. And we go to what we're doing here, which is what we call Chillin' with the Witchlings, where we just kind of chit-chat and visit, get into some interesting discussions, such as discussing, religion today. I have 2 podcasts every week, except this week. Tuesday night is Bitch and Witch. That's where I take current events, and I discuss them, and I weave in the Sanskrit word of the week into it, teaching us how we can, live a more peaceful life. Thursday night podcast is the Yoga Witch's Cauldron, where I just, again, it aligns with the topic of the week and the Sanskrit of the week, and we talk about all things that are yoga and witchy. We somehow manage to combine a lot of it. Friday night, we have Friday Night Guided Meditation, where we just kind of end the week on a Zen note. I saw you. There you are. Okay. And then let's see, this Thursday, because of the fact it will be Christmas Day, which seems weird. Yep, we talk about the evil that is John's puns. But since this Thursday is Christmas Day, we are not doing our Yoga Witch's Cauldron podcast. I will be doing a guided meditation on dealing with difficult relations. Because I know a lot of us do it this time of year, Mimi. See, my asthma doesn't like MMA style training. There are days that I'm lucky to be able to do my yoga. But I am working on getting my asthma back under control that well so that I can move on to something more like Pilates or HIIT or bar, because this witch wants to get healthy for my grandkids. I have some really amazing grandkids that range in age from 5 to newborn, and I would like to be able to enjoy their childhoods and see them grow up and become adults. I also am an extremely creative person. I write, I sing, I play multiple instruments, I make really fun jewelry that are up in the dietheyogawitch.shop. And all of this I do around being a wife and mom of 3 young adults and 4 furry demons. He's a fuzzy boy. Come here. I know you want to come say hi. I'll get you 2 tookers, but where you at? There you are. Come here. Come on. Oh, don't look at me like that. Give me a sec. Come here, you. Rotate. All right, rotate that way. He's a fuzzy boy. There you go. This is Mr. Fuzz. This is Chief Purrball McFuzzbutt. He's our furry overlord. And he likes to come say hi. He likes usually to come say hi when I'm talking about the goddess. Look at that fur. You are shedding, little boy. What did I do now? I was saying we're doing a guided meditation for those of us who are dealing with difficult relatives during the holidays, Mimi. Not like you are or anything, right? There's a reason I'm not going to my in-laws. Oh, come here, baby. Say hi. Listen to that motor. I know you can hear him. I know you can hear him. Listen to that motor. Shush. Purr therapy. And he gave me present. Looky. He gave me a whisker. That's going in the bowl. Oh, haha. I got the elevator butt. I scratched the tail and I got the elevator butt. So this is me. I appreciate that, Will. Did I send you the LARP dude the other night? I've come across a few of his that I mean to send you. Thank you, honey. I called Mimi out because we're all... I know she's dealing with her family on the holidays, and she's like, I really don't want to be here right now. That's why you have the excuse of saying, oh, I have to go mod my boss's chat. I will happily be that excuse. All right, y'all. It is a fuzzy voice. He's a tickle baby. Yeah. Oh. Hey, so put Fuzzy Butt in the chat. Mr. Fuzzy Butt, how are you on the screen? Huh? How'd you get up there on the screen? Oh, I'll have to find it and send it to you. Typically, when I find things that are D&D themed, they go to you, Spawn, and a couple of other friends that I know play. Jacques the Whippa, especially when it's his D&D shit, I say, yeah. Oh, he has a video of him and Scipio. Scipio is helping him roll for stats. I haven't watched it yet, so I don't know what exactly happens, but come on. It's Jacques, Ziwipa, and Scipio. We know chaos is going to ensue. Yeah. Thank you for showing your butt on camera, child. What? Oh, bummer. Oh, bummer. He's a good kitty. He's a good kitty cat. Sorry. I am very much a cat mom, and this cat is the love of my life. I adore him. He's my baby. Him and the furball behind me, who needs to come say hi to his fans. Come here. You're sitting there pouting. Come here. Yip, yip. Come here. You want to come say hi? Come here. Come on. Yeah, you can get up here now. I know it is. That's why I'm having him come say, come here. Yip, yip. Come here. Oh, there you go. You want to say hi. And this is the baby. Yup. Look at the baby. Look at this big boy. You got stinky breath. It's a Tooker monster. Fuzzbutt was giving Tooker's head boops the other day. It's so cute. Yeah. I got my babies. Who needs human children when I have these guys, right? Love you. All right, everybody. It is time to wrap up for today. I have some dings. Same, John. I've been thinking about what I'm grateful for over this year. And the community we have built here is definitely one of those things. I love you. You want down? Down, down, down the road. Down the witch's road. Yes. I just want... Oh, yeah. Potty and DINNER and TREATS are the keywords here. Yeah, check out the shorts that we're making, too. Please, give the man behind the curtain some feedback. The man is a forkin' genius, y'all. Please don't lick my hand. That feels funny. All right. I will bid you all a fond farewell for the afternoon and evening. I just watched the last episode of the first season the other night. I'm hoping they come out with a second one. I still feel stupid for not putting 2 and 2 together on that one until I saw him in costume in the next to the last episode. So, yeah. Do you know how hard it is to not give spoilers on things like that sometimes? Oh, yeah. All right. You gotta get down. Okay, hop down, and then we'll go out. Good boy. You're just waiting for Mom's chair to be available again. Nice. Yep. I'm being reminded that having a biscuit dropped in your mouth is much better than nice. Better than what this guy did the first time he saw Dad wearing his CPAP. Mr. Mans here decided to crawl up the bed, walk up the bed, sit and stare at Dad for a couple of minutes. Realize he's wearing the mask and go, bap, bap, bap. Smacked his face like 3-4 times. And it was just too good. I can tell you're talking, but I don't know if you're talking to me. Oh, all right. Yep. All right, y'all. Let's go out and spread love, joy, and kindness. There's enough hate and discontent out there right now, especially this time of year. Let's please try to be beacons of hope and light for those stumbling in the dark. And please make sure your loved ones know you love them because, well, those opportunities to say goodbye and I love you are not given. And if you take only one thing away from all of the stuff we do here, please let it be that you all remember you are loved. You are wanted. You are needed. And there is a reason you're here. Even if we don't know what it is yet. I was 45 before I found mine. I will see you all soon. Love you to bits. Namaste, Witchlings.